so I apologize in advance if you can't understand some of my words because I talk fast or whatever. Or I also apologize if I stutter some or whatever. That's just me failing to edit it out on my end, because I do say a lot and I do stutter if you haven't noticed, just a little bit. I don't know why. I'm not even on camera. I guess I'm just nervous or whatever. Hoping you guys will like it. I'm not sure. This video contains strong graphic content, so if you're squeamish in any way, I would not recommend it because it is very gory. So there's your heads up. So without further ado, let us get started with this reading. Christmas. It's one of the best times of the year because you get to see your family, eat lots of food, throw a party, and get presents. We all know the story of Santa and Krampus. We all know how Santa gives presents and Krampus spanks or gives gold to children. But we may not know is that Krampus also has been told to eat children or drag especially naughty ones down to hell. Now I know what you're saying. It's nowhere near Christmas, but let's pretend like it is. And let's cover one of my favorite SCPs on the site. SCP-4666, or the Yule Man. Let's begin, shall we? SCP-4666, Object Class Catter. Special Containment Procedures. Web traffic and law enforcement channels worldwide are to be monitored for evidence of SCP-4666 activity, and particularly cases of stalking or reports of anomalous phenomena involving families with young children. Should a Weissnacht event be suspected to be in progress, the nearest containment task force is to be dispatched to attempt containment of SCP-4666. PDP-8. Humanoid First Contact Protocols apply. Media coverage of family deaths attributed to SCP-4666 is to be suppressed or falsified to make said deaths appear as non-anomalous home invasion murders. Forensic evidence of SCP-4666-A instances collected by non-Foundation agencies are to be confiscated and witnesses amnesticized. Description: 4666 is currently believed to be a single, exceptionally long-lived humanoid entity of unknown origin. Survivors of Weissnacht events describe SCP-4666 as a very tall, between 2 meters and 2.3 meters, elderly male of European descent with extremely emaciated appearance. The entity will always appear completely naked, even when observed outdoors in freezing weather. Though the nature and extent of its anomalous properties remain uncertain, SCP-4666 appears capable of instantaneous or near instantaneous travel to any location north of 40 degrees latitude, and possibly to any locations on Earth. SCP-4666 occurs exclusively within a period of 12 consecutive nights every year, from the night of December 21st through 22nd to the night of January 1st through 2nd. This period is known as SCP-4666 active phase. During this phase, in what are termed Weissnacht events, SCP-4666 will appear at dwellings in one or more locations north of 40-degree latitude. In all known Weissnacht events, these dwellings have shared the following characteristics: isolated in rural location, home to a family of at least one child under the age of 8, and situated in an area with snow cover lasting throughout the duration of the event. Weissnacht events consist of the following general progression: nights 1 through 7. Children are reported seeing SCP-4666 in the vicinity of the family dwelling. The entity will typically be observed watching the dwelling from a distance, such as across a nearby field or from the edge of a neighboring forest. In some cases, children will report 4666 watching them sleep through a window. Nights 8 through 11. Family members, including parents, will report sounds of footsteps coming from the roof or the attic. Extremely unpleasant odor will also frequently be noticed inside the dwelling. No cause of these phenomena will be found. As a result, parents will often begin to suspect that their family is being stalked or even that the dwelling is haunted. Night 12. Over the course of the night, one of the two scenarios will occur. The first and most common is that SCP-4666 will kill all family members, save for one child under the age of 8, whom it will abduct. SCP-4666 will inflict incapacitating injuries to the family members while they are sleeping, then herd them into a single room of the dwelling, where it is proceeded to kill them in view of each other. The method of killing varies with each event and will typically be preceded by some form of torture, which appears to serve a ritualistic purpose. See Weissnacht event log below. In the second scenario, which has occurred in roughly 15% of all known Weissnacht cases, SCP-4666 will not harm any of the family members. Family members will report hearing footsteps inside their dwelling during the night, though no signs of forced entry will be found. In the morning, children will discover presents at the foot of their beds. These consist of toys crudely crafted from the remains of human children. Notable Weissnacht events. Norway, 1971. The entire family was killed, with the exception of the second youngest child, female age 5, who was abducted. The bodies of the parents and 2 other children were found in the basement of their house. Each had at least one limb pulled off by brute force before being stabbed precisely 39 times with an unknown sharp implement, possibly a piece of bone from one of the removed limbs, resulting in massive blood loss and death. The family members had then been eviscerated and their small and large intestines removed and cut into 30 by 50 centimeter long pieces. These had been arranged in radiating lines around the bodies. Feces from the intestines had been used to trace symbols of unknown meaning on the walls of the basement. Notable SCP-4666-A instances recovered. Finland, 1811. A small wooden drum with 2 wooden drumsticks of uneven length. Drum consists of a 390 centimeter cubed piece of skin belonging to a human child, stretched with a thread made from human tendons. Gallagher, Wales, 1857. A small knife, 15 centimeters in length, with blades 6 centimeters in length, sculpted from a single piece of bone belonging to a human child. Symbols of unknown meaning have been carved into the handle. Discovery. SCP-4666's existence and ongoing activity were first detected in 1974 through the Foundation's newly implemented anomalous signature recognition program, when several highly similar home invasions and incidents resulting in family deaths were found to have occurred throughout the Northern Hemisphere during the night of January 1st and 2nd. Extensive research into the civilian and law enforcement archives worldwide eventually uncovered evidence of a probable Weissnacht event for nearly every preceding year, going back to the late 18th century, average of 3.1 known events per year. Numerous historical documents were found which appear to describe SCP-4666's activity occurring prior to this period, in some cases as early as the 2nd century AD in Europe and Russia, and as early as the 1st century BC in Scandinavia. Fingerprints belonging to the same humanoid entity have been discovered at locations of all Foundation investigated Weissnacht events. These have been matched to a partial fingerprint found preserved in dried blood on a recovered SCP-4666-A instance dating from 1873. The fingerprint present characteristics not known to occur in human beings. Human-like white hairs were also recovered from the location of several Weissnacht events, though no DNA, human or otherwise, could be extracted from them. Addendum 4666-01. On 02-01-2018, several SCP-4666-A instances were discovered at a family residence in Hoonah, Alaska, following the conclusion of a Weissnacht event, number 060-19-8. Among these instances was SCP-4666-A-960, which consists of a crude life-size doll made from the emaciated body of a female child, to which the following modifications have been made. A dress from various pieces of dirty discolored clothing had been sewn around the body in several places into the body's skin. The mouth had been sewn shut with thread made from human tendons, the lips painted red with a solution consisting primarily of human blood. The fingers of another child had been glued over the body's fingernails with pine resin. These had been painted with red, the same human blood-based solution. 3 of the body's fingers were missing. The entire scalp had been removed from the head, and the scalp of another child with long blonde hair sewn onto the head in its place. The hair had been tied into braids. Both eyes had been removed. Two large round pebbles on which eyes had been crudely painted placed into the empty orbits. Upon examination by the family, the child from whom the doll had been made was found to still be alive, albeit unconscious. Authorities were notified and the child was airlifted to Bartlett Regional Hospital in Juneau, Alaska, where she survived for 18 hours. 2 Foundation agents were dispatched and were able to interview the subject. Following the subject's death, her body was confiscated by agents and all witnesses anesthetized as per standard procedure. DNA testing revealed the subject had been Ekaterina Morozova, age 7, a known abduction victim of SCP-4666, taken from her family residence in Duboka, Russia on 02/01/2016. Autopsy of subject's body showed she had been severely malnourished during the 2 years following her abduction, which had resulted in considerable stunting. Weight was only 15 kilograms, height was only 90 centimeters. A number of scars and burns were present on her skin. She had suffered 2 bone fractures, left tibia and left ulna, that had not been reset and had healed improperly. Hands were heavily calloused. Cause of death was attributed to multiple organ failure resulting from severe sustained malnourishment. Audio log 4666-06201. Date 02/01/2018. Time 2327-2349. Location Bartlett Regional Hospital, Juneau, Alaska. Interviewers: Agent Antoni Kowalczyk, Agent Susan Muse, attending. Subject: Ekaterina Morozova. SCP-4666-A-0960, female, age 7. Notes: the subject regained consciousness for a period of roughly 30 minutes prior to expiring, during which she was interviewed. Hospital staff had previously removed the thread that had been sewn into her lips, allowing her to speak. Despite having been administered morphine drip, the subject was largely coherent throughout the interview. The subject did not understand English and initially spoke only a language that was unfamiliar to Agent Kowalczyk and Muse. However, after several minutes, the subject began addressing the agents in Russian, which she spoke poorly. The Agent Kowalczyk, who spoke rudimentary Russian, was able to conduct the interview without a need for an interpreter. Begin log. Agent Kowalczyk: hello, I am Anthony. What's your name? EM. Are you going to take me back to him? Agent Kowalczyk: no, I promise I'm just here to talk. EM. I don't want to go back to him. Agent Kowalczyk: you don't have to. You're safe now. Mishka. EM. Agent Kowalczyk: can you tell me what's happened to you? Do you remember the night he came to your house? EM. I remember. He hurt Mama and Papa and Katja and Yulina for a long time and they were bleeding. After they stopped screaming, he put me in his bag. Agent Kowalczyk: his bag? EM. He had a big bag. Other children were in the bag too. I think we go to other houses. I hear people screaming outside the bag all during the night. Each house, he put another children in the bag. After the night, he'd take us away. Where did he take you? EM. Underground. Unknown word. Deep. Agent Kowalczyk: underground? You mean in a basement? EM. Deep. Everything earth and mud and ice. Bones everywhere. Everything cold. I can't sleep because it's too cold. Agent Kowalczyk: were there lots of other children there with you? EM. Lots of children. Lots of tunnels. Lots of holes. But I can't see all. I can't see the other unknown word. Too dark. My hole is with Renee and Hekla and Sasha and Paul. We make toys together. Agent Kowalczyk: the toys? EM. If you don't make toys, you don't eat. Don't stop making toys. Don't fall asleep or he hurt you. Agent Kowalczyk: he hurts you? How? EM. He hit you, or he burn you, or he bite off fingers, or he cook you on the fire in his room and eat you. He eat Felipe and Sally. Agent Kowalczyk: what about you? How did this happen to you? Did he do this to you? EM. Renee: and Hekla and Sasha and Paul do this. They have to. Agent Kowalczyk. Why? EM. I get sick. When you can't make the toys, you become the toys. End log. Well, that was a story and a half, wasn't it? Thank you all for watching. If you have suggestions, let me know in the comments down below. And I will see you all next time. Dr. Hawkins signing off.